Kami kaya tayo yung age natin. But anyways, thank you, Miss Katrina. And then for our last presenter, entitled Teacher Peer Support and Learning Behavior of High School Students, Mr. Jethro Adoy from University of the Mindanao, and also DepEd. Mr. Jethro.
Hello, good morning everyone. Before anything else, I would like to invite everybody to visit Davao City. The Kadayawan festivals will be starting next week. It's going to be fun. So currently I am a public school teacher, a secondary teacher in one school of Davao City, and currently I am pursuing my doctorate degree in education at the University of Mindanao. So my study is all about, this is just a very simple study that which has two variables, independent variables, the teacher peer support and learning behavior of high school students. Next. So I will bring you to the different key points this morning. I'm going to present the rationale, the literature review, the framework as well as the objectives, the methods that I have used, the results, conclusions, and recommendations. So the rationale in this study, it is part of the teacher's role to diagnose behavior, because as a teacher, we are also psychologists, counselor inside our class. And there is a problem because it was observed in 2014 by Bradshaw et al. That there have been, the records of referral have hit high in terms of disciplinary. And it is the latest media technologies that influence the young ones today. And of course, it can affect their learning behavior inside the class. And however, it is very promising that the effects of support, the support can actually affect the motivation, achievement, and performance of the students. And it was actually observed in the study of WIT in 2011 that the mental health can be improved when you are when you are projecting support to your students or from the peers. And it can actually alleviate anxiety, as what Wong in 2010 have deciphered. And obviously, it can also promote school engagement. And obviously, school engagement, when students are more engaged, they are more academically tend to achieve more or perform better inside the class. And these are the different studies that motivated me to pursue this study. Chen in 2005 have made a study on which mentioned that parents, teachers, and peers' academic support can actually influence student achievement, and therefore it can affect also the academic behavior. As well as Wenzel in 1994, which said that support can actually affect the behavior of the students in an indirect way. As well as McNally and Falsey in 2004, it shows that they have found out that supportive and care relationships from parents, peers, and surrounding people can actually affect the behavior of the certain students. And lastly, we have Clem and Connell in 2004, which shows that academically engaged behavior are those who felt supported by the teachers. And those are where I anchored my study. So this is the framework of my study. So the arrow shows the influence of this independent variable to dependent variable. So my independent variable is teacher peer support, and it has different indicators: the teacher academic support, teacher personal support, peer academic support, and peer personal support. So I am trying to look at the influence of this, what best predicts from these indicators to that indicators of learning behavior, which are positive interaction with others, sensible use of resources, appropriate use of language, and acceptance of challenges. So therefore, I have 4 objectives of my study. Number 1, I'm looking for the level of teacher peer support. Number 2, level of learning behavior. Number 3, I am trying to find the relationship between these variables, the teacher peer support and learning behavior. And lastly, I am trying to find what indicator of this teacher peer support best predict the learning behavior of the students. So these are the methods that I have employed in my study. I've used in my the non-experimental distributed correlation technique, the technique. And my research local is Itobo National High School, which is actually located at Bukidnon in Mindanao. And I have surveyed 411 students. I have used the universal sampling. And I have adapted and modified questionnaires, two sets of questionnaires from different authors. And the statistical tools that I have employed are the following. I have mean for the level, the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, Pearson product moment correlation coefficient regression analysis for the relationship and the influence. Okay, the questionnaires I have adopted are from Johnson Anderson in 1983 class and light measure, which is actually adapted and modified. It was validated a test for reliability. It had a wet reliability test. And the learning behavior, for the variable learning behavior, I have used the questionnaires of Ellis and Todd in his book published in 2013. So the result shows, for my first objective, it shows that there is a high level of teacher peer support, which is 3.48 mean. So it shows that the students oftentimes, the teachers oftentimes manifested that the students oftentimes felt that they have been supported by their teachers and peers with that mean. And the standard deviation of 0.52, it means that there is a congruity or sameness of the response of the respondents. So that is the standard deviation for the level of teacher peer support. And for the learning behavior, it is also high with a mean of 3.54 and a standard deviation of 43. Therefore, I can say that the level of learning behavior of students is oftentimes manifested, or appropriate learning behavior of students is oftentimes manifested. And for the correlation between measures, it shows there, I will not explain each of that one, in highlighted orange. It shows that there is the data revealed that the overall computed R value with P less than 0.05. The confidence level set for this study was less than 0.05. Therefore, the overall result depicted a significant relationship between teacher peer support and learning behavior. There is also significant relationship among each indicators. And for the regression analysis, the last objective, so the data, next please. So the data showed a significant influence of teacher support over learning behavior because it obtained an F value of 25 there. 25.383, and was significant at P value less than 0.05. So also the R-squared value of 0.202 there suggested that 20.1% of the variance in learning behavior was attributed to the indicators of teacher support, and the rest, which is 79.9%, were attributed to the external factors not covered by the factors in this study. So it's only 20.1%. And so for the summary, there is a high level. This is the conclusion of my study. There is a high level of teacher peer support. There is a high level of appropriate learning behavior, and therefore the hypothesis is therefore rejected because of the result. And the teacher peer support and learning behavior go together, so therefore they are significantly related. And the peer academic support is the best predictor of the learning behavior. And for the recommendation, for teachers, it is suggested that we need to extend more care towards the learner to further increase the high level to very high level. Always check the student's work, always ready to extend help to the learners. Friendship and close relationships with their students is necessary. Promote non-bias, refrain from the practice of favoritism, and care about the feelings and being of the learners. And
for the recommendations for high level of learning behavior, to further increase that into very high level, we need to, as teachers, we need to establish a classroom setting that is more interactive. We need to cultivate the value of helping others, promote politeness, concern, and understanding.
And always remind our students that the importance of bringing, sharing, and caring of the materials needed during the class, and the importance of cleanliness and stewardship. And yes, there is. Promote the importance of polite communication, use of proper names. I am guilty of that because usually I call my student, Huy. I usually tend to forget their names. So there should be use of proper names,
Giving others a time to express, willingness to hear others and giving in an argument, and we need to encourage students to bring appropriate materials, improve time management of the students, looking after students' attention, promote the value of determination and accomplishing different tasks. And for the positive correlation between measures, it is suggested that the higher the support we are extending to our students and by the peers, there is the behavior, the learning behavior, appropriate learning behavior of students will tend to increase as well. So, and lastly, this is for the result of the peer academic support as best predictor of learning behavior. These are the following points that we need to do or suggested. So we need to promote collaboration, cooperation, friendship, teamwork, and create or provide a learning environment which are conducive for the students. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jethro. Actually, I remember the K-12 program that's really anchored